Hello, I am Dr Parimala B, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, University College of Science, Tumkur University, Tumkur. Today I am going to explain about the interesting things. It is related to human beings and its surroundings. Organisms of different species can interact in many ways. They can complete or they can be symbionts, or of course they can do what we can often see in nature programs. One of them can eat the others. That is, they can form one of the links in food chain. So I will explain about these food chains and the food webs. So these both are food chains and the food webs. Food chains and the food webs both are very interesting ones. Before going to explaining the food chain and food webs, something know about the termical words, that is ecology, ecosystem, other ones. The first one is, that is, I am going to explaining this one is ecology. What is ecology? Ecology is nothing but the scientific study of interactions. Interactions may be in the living things or maybe in the non-living things, that is called as the ecology. Then ecosystem. Ecosystem is nothing but interaction between the living and non-living things, that is called as the ecosystem. So this is the picture shows both the ecology and the ecosystems. The next one is the word, that is the producers. Producers are nothing but an organism that makes its own food. The good examples are the plants. So another one is consumers. These consumers are organisms that has eat to get energy. Eat to get energy, they are called as the consumers. So another, these consumers are divided into uh, different types. They are herbivorous, carnivorous and the omnivorous ones. They are herbivorous ones. They are nothing but they can eat only the plants. Only the plants. Good examples are the zebras, rabbits, all those things eat only the plant ones. The another one is the carnivorous ones. Carnivorous ones are nothing but they eat only the meats. So depending upon the animals to animals. The another one is omnivorous. Omnivorous are organisms that eat meat and the plants. Meat and the plants. In this one, these three are the good examples for the um, type of the consumers ones. The next one is words are decomposers. These decomposers are nothing but they break down the dead animals into small particles or the simple particles. These good examples are the bacteria and fungi are the good example of these decomposers. The next one is very interesting, that is the trophic levels. What is trophic level? Trophic levels are nothing but they are the levels, the feeding levels from producers to consumers ones. These trophic levels are various ones. The first one level is always the green plants, that is the plants, they are called as the first trophic levels. So first trophic levels are always producers, they are called as the autotrophs. Then second one is that second trophic levels, they are the primary consumers, they are depending upon the producers. Then the third trophic levels, they are depending upon the primary consumers. Then fourth one are the carnivorous one, mostly the carnivorous ones, they are the fourth trophic levels, they are depending upon the second and the third trophic levels. Like this, there are different trophic levels are present in the food chains. So another ones in the coming to the trophic levels, predators and the prey are very important ones. The living things that can hunt other living things, they are called as the predators ones. Another one is the prey. Prey is nothing but that is the living things that can hunt it for the food, that is hunted for the food for the another ones, that is called as the prey. So prey and the predators, they are hunts to other living things for food, they are called as the predators. A living things that is hunted for food, that is called as the prey ones. So, prey ones. So last one is the scavenger ones. These scavengers are animals that feeds on the remaining of food animals. Food chain. Food chain is coming to the food chain. A food chain refers to the order of events in the ecosystem where one living organism eats another organism, that later organism is consumed by the other organism. Here the flow of the nutrient is taking place from producer to consumer once. The flow of the nutrients as well as the energy from one organisms to the another organisms in different trophic levels. See here, this is the food chain. This is the one good example for the food chain, that is the produces the food. The producer produces the food using the sun light, that is that process is called as the photosynthesis. That energy is transferred to the next one, that is the trophic levels. They are only eating the depending upon the plants, that is called as the herbivores. Then it is transferred to the carnivorous one, that is the second trophic levels. Then it goes to the next one, then it goes to the last ones, that is the fourth trophic levels. Then these ones, all these ones are decomposed by the microorganism. Then it returns to the returns to the soil, and it converted into nutrients. Then it again goes to the plants as a nutrient ones. So this is about the food chain. So in the food chain, producers are more in numbers compared to the primary consumers and the secondary consumers. Then the secondary consumers are less in number compared to the producers. Then the next, like that, the trophic level increases first one to second ones. The number of the species is decreases. It will show in a triangular shape, that is called as the pyramid one. So in the type of the food chains are various ones. In that one type of the different types, in that different types, they are the grazing food chain. First one is the grazing food chain. In this grazing food chain, we can see that the energy flows from producer to the offerings, producer to the consumer ones. In like this, in this grazing food grazing food chain, herbivores are the first ones. They prepare the food and that passes to the herbivorous and the carnivorous one, that is called as the grazing food chain. So this is the one example of grazing food chain. The plants produces the food, caterpillars take the food, then caterpillars eaten by these frogs, then frogs are eaten by snakes, then eagles are eaten by these ones. This is the simple one, grazing food chain. The second one is the saprophytic or detritus food chain. In this type of food chain, the dead organisms are occupies the first level. The here first eaten by these dead leaves are eaten by woodlouses. These woodlouses are eaten by the birds. This is the simple detritus food chain. The next one is very interesting ones, that is the parasitic food chain. In this parasitic food chain, the first is the producers ones. In this producers ones, birds are depending upon the plants, that is they eat the fruits. These birds are the host for the insects, that is the lices. Lices are eaten by the microorganisms, that is the bacteria and all those things. This is the third type of the food chain. Then next one is the, here is one good example of this terrestrial food chain and the marine food chain. Plants, herbivorous, carnivorous and the carnivorous. This is the terrestrial. In ocean levels, that is the aquatic food, the phytoplanktons are the zooplanktons are the carnivorous and the carnivorous. Last one, human beings also eaten these fishes. Then food web. Food web is several interconnected food chain from a food web. A food web is similar to a food chain, but the food web is comparatively larger than a food chain. They are all other food chains are interconnected ones. That is called as the food web. See here, a collection of food chain. A collection of food chain, that is called as the food web. The two or more food chains are interconnected here. See here, this is one food chain, grass, rabbit and the fox. This is the one food chain. That is the grass is nothing but the carrots, that is the mouse eaten, and the fox eaten by this mouse. Another one is grass, rabbit and the eagle. Then here mouse is one. Then grass, grasshopper, frog and the owl. Frog is also eaten by these snakes also. Grasshoppers, that is a small insect that is eaten by birds and the snakes and the hawk. Like that, these are the interconnected ones. They are called as the food webs. The next one is, and this is a simple thing I explained here. So these are the two things you are already know about the food chain and the food web. I will ask you one question, that is a lion, regarding these explanation. One is, a lion is a dash because it's only meat. Which one is correct? Which one is correct? Yes, the herbivorous is the correct answer. Herbivorous is the correct answer. Then coming to the next question, a dash is a producer. Which one is produces the food? Yes, plant is the producer. The plant is the correct answer. Next one, true or false? A food web can have multiple consumers and the producer. You already seen that when the food web having the different connections each other, that's why it is true or false. Yes, it is true. Then Next question. Which animal would fit in the blank of this food chain? So here plant eats by grasshopper. Which one is eats by this one? Then the snake. Hawk, mouse, butterfly or zebra? Which one is here? Yes, mouse. Mouse is the correct answer. Then coming to the next one, that is the plant gets its energy from where it get energy? Where it get energy? Yes, it gets energy from the sun. Yes, it is a right answer. Then you already know about the environment and the ecosystem, and what are the relationship of these two things, and you know about the food chain and food webs. Please save all these interconnected animals for good environment. So save the environment, save the environment. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.